Deep core activation. This benchmark is all about making sure that we are getting our deep core or transverse abdominis activated with the exercises that we are doing. By deep core, I am going to be referring to that as transverse abdominis only. For your information, there are many definitions for deep core. Some people include the pelvic floor, some people include multifidus. It just really depends. Some people include the diaphragm. But for the purposes of this video, I am just going to be talking about the transverse abdominis muscles. To review quickly, the transverse abdominis muscles are the deepest, most layer of abdominal muscles that you have. They lie underneath the rectus abdominis, which is your six-pack muscles. They lie underneath the external and internal obliques. And they have muscle fibers that run in a horizontal orientation. Okay, so you may have heard to this referred to as a corset before, or like a belt, and that is correct. The muscle fibers run horizontally around your abdomen. Now, a really cool thing to know and understand about the TVA or deep core is that when it gets turned on, it actually takes the rectus abdominis muscle bellies, muscle bellies, so those six-pack muscles, and it actually kind of pulls them apart. So if you think about, like, if we have a rope and we need to take slack out of the system, we would pull on the rope on either side. That's literally what your TVA does. So I feel like knowing exactly what action the muscle is taking is super helpful when we know when we are looking for what to expect when we see the muscle working, okay? So that TVA, when it activates, is going to kind of pull apart on those rectus bellies, and it will create a flattening or almost a smoothing out of the abdomen. It contracts again front to back, and it kind of pulls apart on those muscle bellies. Now, how do we make sure that we're actually getting our deep core on? When we use a long, soft sighing exhale, this gets more TVA activation than if we don't breathe at all, or if we use a really forceful exhale. So if we breathe like this versus we get a lot more TVA with the first long, soft sighing exhale. A great way to practice TVA activation is in your breathing drills. That is a place where you can use that long, soft sighing exhale. You can get lots and lots and lots of deep core and start to really strengthen the connection and also strengthen the actual muscle during those breathing drills. Now, if you aren't sure if you've ever actually felt your deep core or know what it should be doing, this is a way that I love to use to teach it. So we're going to take our palms, and you are going to put your wrist on your hip bones or your ASIS. So they're going to go right here. And what we want to think about is being able to fill all of our low abdomen with our palms, okay? This is going to give us some tactile feedback that we can use on ourselves to understand what is happening when we exhale. Now, as I stated before, with an exhale, we are going to get TVA activation. So when we are first working on this activation, always use an exhale. We can think exhale, engage. It's a really easy way to remember it. Exhale, engage. Now, the action we're looking for and the feeling that we're going after is a zipping up feeling. So you can think about from the middle of your pelvis, so like right here, up to your belly button. That's how it should feel. Tension from the bottom up. Again, we don't want to grip down here. Okay, when we grip down here, we can tend to push out right there, and it's going to put a lot more pressure out on that anterior pelvic floor, and we're also not engaging our TVA like we could. Okay, so you're going to take your palms, you're going to put them right here, and you're going to exhale. All the air, all the air, all the air, literally all the air. I don't want you to grip down right here. I want you to zip up, zip up, zip up, zip up, zip up, and you'll notice that the connection becomes more intense the longer that the exhale goes. By the end of the breath, you should be able to have space in between your palms and your abdomen. So your palms don't press in on your abdomen. They're going to stay in the same spot, and then your abdomen should be able to pull away from your palms and your fingertips. That's how you know you're getting TVA on. If you're exhaling and you're feeling your low abdomen pushing out into your palms, then you've just got a reverse strategy going on. And we need to make sure that we can start getting that pressure pulling up and generated from the bottom, zipping up. So that's your TVA activation. Remember, we want to make sure in all the exercises that we're doing that we're really getting that TVA on board. We're trying to strengthen it. We're trying to really make sure that connection is super, super solid. Over time, you won't have to try as hard to get this to come on. It'll be a little more automatic. But for right now, make sure that you're paying attention to, okay, did I get TVA? Do I feel it? All right, cool, good. Then you can move on. You may notice that sometimes you lose the connection. It's cool. It's okay. Just come back to the breath, exhale, find it again, and then start over. All right, that's it for now.